Ladies and gentlemen, once again, business credit training. Okay. We're going to talk about how to get business credit for your business using your EIN not linked to your social. There's a quick training, okay, on how to build your business credit. I'm going to not even talk too much, but we're going to start this thing off. I'm going to share my screen. Boom. All right. All right. Business credit training. My name is Noel A. Booker Sr. Here's my contact information. Check out the buttons at the bottom. Get a free guide. Ooh, check this out. We got a new guide. I didn't even check. I didn't even change the presentation yet, but the new guide is the funding ready framework. Just go to businesscreditbuilder.us and click that free guide button. All right. Make sure you get on that free guide, right? Um, if you want to talk to us about the services that we provide, which is accounting, QuickBooks Online, business credit, and access to funding, we even do websites. What you do is schedule a free business credit consultation by going to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. And if you think you qualify for funding now, go to businesscreditbuilder.us/get funding. Okay, quick background, right? I'm from New York. I went to Morehouse, studied accounting. I did some corporate stuff, right? Um, and I started my own business called MediaNet USA. And at MediaNet USA, we do accounting and bookkeeping services for small businesses and websites. And now I talk about business credit with businesscreditbuilder.us. Okay. Um, what we will cover today: how you can get business credit within 7 days or less that's linked to your EIN, not your social, even if you are a startup or have bad personal credit now. Then immediately start using it to get the credit you want and need, even from major sources like Target, Walmart, Staples, Lowe's, Visa, Mastercard, and more. How you can access loans and credit lines even as a startup, have credit challenges, or lack collateral. Most people fail trying to get money and grow their business. Most don't know that EIN credit can be built regardless of personal credit quality. It's totally separate, okay? Many apply for credit in the wrong order. See, there's a step-by-step process to building business credit. You can't skip steps, right? Because each step is needed for the next step, okay? Many entrepreneurs don't know that money is available based on business strengths. This is important. The 3 C's of funding. Anytime you go to a bank and fill out an application, this is what they're looking for at first: credit, collateral, and cash flow. All right. What is business credit? Business credit is credit that is obtained in a business name. With business credit, the business builds its own credit profile and credit score for its EIN number. The credit is in the business name and based on the business's ability to pay, not the business owner's ability to pay. The business can qualify for revolving store credit cards like Staples, Lowe's, Sam's Club, Costco, and more. Okay, now we're gonna go over like some benefits of business credit. It has no effect on your personal credit. There's no personal guarantee needed in order to build business credit. Business credit building is fast compared to personal credit, right? Because personal credit, there's 5 factors that affect your personal credit. Okay. There's 5 factors. Oh, I see y'all coming in here. What's up, y'all? Um, so with personal credit, there's 5 factors that affect your credit, right? And some of them stuff you don't have that much control over. But with business credit, there's one factor, and you have total control over this. And that's how you pay your bills. Okay. With business credit, you can offset current expenses. You can increase approval amounts with better rates and terms when you can show a lender that your business pays bills on time. And that's what business credit is, showing a lender that my business, just like for your personal, pays bills on time. All right. No collateral, cash flow, or good credit is needed to build business credit. And once you have business credit, that's when you get access to loans and credit lines. Okay. Every successful business in America has business credit. All right. What you're looking at now, if you're looking at the screen, this is what anybody can see for free, right? You go to Experience website, there's a place to put your business name and address in, and you can come up with information like this. Facebook. Facebook Incorporated. They're in Menlo Park, California. Now, the piece I want to bring to your attention is the trade lines. You see that? They got 40 trade lines. Now, let's go over what a trade line is real quick before we even start, because this is the basis of business credit, these trade lines. So in case y'all don't know, we're gonna go over it, make sure we all on the same page from the beginning, because this is it right here. This is what it's all about. These trade lines. This is when you go to a company, they give you an account. You got an account on credit. Now you can buy something on credit. You buy something on credit. That means they gave you the item. You didn't pay for it. They gave you an invoice to tell you when to pay it, right? Now it's time to pay it. So what happens when you pay the bill is they send a report to the business credit reporting agencies saying XYZ company, they got an account with us. Their limit is X amount of dollars. They made a purchase and they paid it off in X amount of days. And they send that report to the business credit reporting agencies, and the business credit reporting agencies put this information on your credit profile. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one trade line. Does anybody got any questions on what a trade line is? You can type it, you can open up your mic. But I want to make sure we're on the same page, because this is like the basis, right? For building business credit is those trade lines. Okay. Now, when you got this trade line, you can make more than one purchase and send them more payments. They call that experiences. And the more positive experiences you have, the better your business credit. Okay. Microsoft, that's what this page is. See that? Microsoft 131. Walmart, they're like the king of business credit. And so Walmart, 80% of all the money that they take in comes from business credit. Okay? 80% of all the money. Okay? So what they do is they go to a company like Bounty and say, yo, Bounty, um, let me get a truckload of toilet paper. Now the owner of Walmart, he don't go in his pocket and pay for it. He don't call up the accounting department and say, yo, cut a check. It don't happen like that, right? The toilet paper shows up at the store. They put it on the shelf. We go in, we buy it. They take our money and pay the bill. Boom. Hey, you did that good. Here's 5 truckloads. Okay? Business to business. This is how business is done at the big corporate level and at the small business level. Even at the corner store, when they get the bread, they're not paying for that bread right then. They're counting how many units came in, how many units went out. This is how business is done with business credit. Okay? How we can help. Um, Business Credit Builder. We show you how to make your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Our high-tech software helps you build your business credit to access high-limit store credit, business loans, and credit lines. We work with all legitimate types of funding programs that are available today, offering funding through hundreds of investors and lenders through a multitude of different funding programs. Okay, so I'm like a lending broker, right? We already have the arrangements and we already know what their qualifications are to get you approved. A lot of my clients come to me, they can't get approved right now. So now I know what they need to do to say, to approve you, right? So my job is to help you get to the point where you can get approved. Okay. Okay. Let's get started. How do you actually build business credit? All right. All right. Now, remember I said each step is needed. It's a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step. You can't skip steps. And guess what? The first step, which I call credibility fundability, is the most important step of them all. Okay? The perception lenders, vendors, and creditors have of your business is critical to the ability to build strong business credit. Before applying for business credit, a business must ensure it meets or exceeds all lender credibility standards. There are over 20 credibility points that are necessary for a business to have a strong, credible foundation. And that's real. All right. So let's go over some of them real quick. All right. Business name. This is what you need to know about a business name. You can't build business credit if you don't go to the Secretary of State and register your name. In Georgia, it costs $100. Right. So you have to get that exact business legal name. Okay. Um, you can build business credit with almost any corporate entity. Okay. So when you go and get that name, they're going to ask you to select an entity. What you need to know is if you select proprietorship or partnership, then you are personally liable for anything that business does. So you want to select most likely a limited liability corporation, a LLC, or a corporation. Okay? That's what you need to know. Now, the other thing is there's the EIN number. I'm sure y'all already know what the EIN number is, so I'm not even going to talk about it. But I'm going to tell you two things you need to know about the EIN number. And that's one, you can't build business credit without an EIN number. And two, it's free. So don't don't come to me talking about you paid for an EIN number. Business address. Oh, for the EIN number, you just go to irs.gov. Takes about 15 minutes, need your ID. Okay. Um, Business address. There's three options when selecting your business address. Brick and mortar. You need brick and mortar is the first option, but you need a place that you can accept packages. The virtual office. A lot of my clients use the virtual office because they don't want the entire world to know their home address. Okay. Because your business address is public domain. So a lot of people get that virtual office, right? And the home address is the last resort. So there's only three options: the brick and mortar, the virtual address, or your home address. The home address is the last resort because lenders do not think that home-based businesses are credible. But they do that on a case-by-case basis, right? So let's say you're a hairstylist and you're doing stuff from home, or you're a consultant and you got your office in your home, right? So that looks like is logical. Now, on the other hand, now what they're thinking is they just want to make sure that they're trying to size you up to see whether or not you're gonna pay the bill, right? So if let's say you're a trucking company and you got a whole bunch of trucks and your business address is the home address, well, that don't look logical, right? Um, and one thing to know is that on your Dun and Bradstreet credit report, there's a Google Maps picture of your business address. Okay, so that's what you need to know. All right, you need a deliverable physical address. It cannot be a PO box or a UPS address. Some lenders will not approve and fund unless this criteria is met. Okay. Okay. For the virtual office address, right? This is what I recommend. Virtual office solutions. Go to this website, businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, right? And there'll be some you'll see this Da Vinci logo. There'll be a person to add, a telephone number and a person to ask for, and some verbiage on the exact product that you need. Okay, because you need a unique address, and that's why Da Vinci is good, because they get you a unique address for your business. Okay. Okay, business phone. This is what you need to know about the business phone, and this is like so important. People skip over this, not not thinking that is not important. You know, it's important. It's like way important. This is one of the first things vendors are looking at. It's like the third item on the application. Okay, you must have a dedicated business phone number that is listed with 411 directory assistance under the business name. Lenders, vendors, creditors, and even insurance providers will verify that your business is listed with the 411 national directory. Okay, a toll-free number is not as needed as that local number. So you need this local number that's listed with the national 411. The what the 800 number does, and the fax number, what they do is show a little bit more credibility. So they're gonna check that local number and see if it's listed. They're gonna do that, no doubt about it. Now, once they check that off, now they see that you got a fax number and an 800 number. Now you're looking like you're more credible. Okay. Um. And with this phone number, you cannot use a cell phone or a home line number. Okay, as your main business line. You can operate your business with those type of numbers, but that could get you flagged as an unestablished business. All right.
Mm.
So that's why you need that local number. Okay. So don't give a cell phone or residential phone number as your business number. Okay. You can use a virtual number and forward it to your cell or landline. These are my recommendations for getting your telephone number for your business as your main business number. This is the number that on the application they say, what's your business number? This is the number that you want to put. One that is local and is listed with the National 411 directory. Freedom Voice, Ring Central, and Vonage are all good options. Okay. But I use Freedom Voice because they give you a local number for $9.95 a month. They will list it for $3 a month, and they'll give you a fax and an 800 number for under $20 a month. All right. Ring Central and Vonage, they're gonna start you at $25 a month. Okay. Okay, website. Lenders and creditors will deny you if you don't have a website. Spend time and money necessary to ensure your website is professionally designed and works well. My company, MediaNet USA, offers the small business web hosting package, which is all inclusive, which means you don't have to do jack. I do it all. All right. It includes domain registration, 12 months web hosting, website design, monthly updates, unlimited emails, expert customer support, internet consultation. You can go to MediaNet USA. You can schedule a business credit consultation or call. All right. What happened? I know I ain't finished yet. Oh, I messed up. Oh, look at all that I skipped over. I don't know what happened. Okay, here we go. Email. You need a good email. Okay, got the website. Now, you need an email. Don't communicate with lenders using a free email service. So don't use your Gmail, don't use your AOL. All right. Who still got an AOL? It's important to get a company email. The one that you need to have is the one that's directly has the same URL as your business website. So you should have your name at yourbusinessname.com. All right. That's just some common sense stuff right there. But it's good to know, right? Communicating with lenders with a free email service gives them the impression like, who is this? Okay, so you don't want them to be thinking like that. You want this to go smooth. Okay. Okay, business fax number. We talked about that. Okay, now once you got your certificate from the Secretary of State and you have your EIN number, the certificate takes about 3 weeks, depending on what state you're in, right? But once you got your certificate and your EIN number, then you go to the bank and get you a business bank account. Do not take your time. You rush over to that bank. Once you got that certificate, get that bank account because the longer your business bank account is in effect, the better your lending ability is. Okay? So it's important to get that bank account, right? All right. Licensing. One of the most common mistakes when building business credit is for your company is non-matching business addresses on your business licenses. Even worse is not having the required licenses for your type of business to operate legally. Okay. So the most common mistake is you got your license, but you got an old address. They could deny you and they don't have to tell you why. Okay, so for existing businesses, right, you have to take the time to verify that the main agencies, state, IRS, bank, 401 national directories have your business listed the same exact way. Take time to ensure every bill you get for your business has the business name listed correctly and comes to the business address. For existing businesses, I would go on Google and search my business name. And if some old stuff comes up, that's not a good look. So there's this company called Yext, YEXT, and they have a service called data cleansing that'll clean all of that stuff up. What's up, Miss Foster? All right. All right. Now we're going to step two. Okay. Does anybody got any questions on step one, which is the most important? That's all simple stuff, right? That's all simple stuff, but you got to have that stuff down pat to set up your business credible in the eyes of the lender. All right. If you got a question, just make sure you just open up your mic. I'm down. What up? All right. Step two, we're not skipping steps. You got to do step one first. Business credit reports. Business credit reports are offered by Experian, Dun& Bradstreet, and Equifax. You will first want to get a copy of your business credit reports to see what is being reported. Okay? Now, the trade line is the bricks, and the business credit reports is the blueprint. Okay? That's how it goes down. All right. You need your business credit reports to build your business credit. You got to be able to read your business credit reports. And guess what? Okay, so when you make that payment to that vendor for that trade line, right? Now they're gonna send it over. They're gonna send a report over, but they don't do that really well. So you got to know what to do when they don't do it well, or they made a mistake. Okay. That's one of the important things about having a consultant to help you do this to smooth over the speed bumps along the way. Okay. Okay. So obtaining a Dun& Bradstreet number. Oh, hold on one second. I need to just review the three business credit reporting agencies to consider. These are the most important: Equifax commercial, Experian, business, and Dun& Bradstreet. Dun& Bradstreet only does business, okay? So if somebody says, if a vendor says to you that they report to TransUnion, that account will not help your business credit, okay? They need to say they report to Dun& Bradstreet, Equifax Commercial, or Experian Business, all right? Obtaining a Dun& Bradstreet number, a DUNS number, begins the process of building your business credit profile with them. Your DUNS number will also play an important role in enabling your business to borrow without a personal guarantor, okay? You can also enroll in the DMBI self-monitoring, right? That goes for about $39 to $99 a month, right? Now, all of these companies that the business credit reporting agencies, they're in the business of taking all this data, wherever they get this data, and they compile it all into something and they sell it, right? That's what they do. All right. All right. Experian. Experian has what they call the smart business reports. Okay. And Equifax, they have the small business credit reports. All of these charge about $100 per month to get your business credit reports. And you can't build business credit without consulting with your business credit reports. And that's one of the other things that having a consultant helps. Uh, when you get down with me, I'm gonna teach you how to read the credit reports because they're not really easy to read. All right. Okay. Okay. So now we're gonna go to step 3. Now we're gonna actually start building some business credit. All right. This is where we're actually gonna start getting down. All right. Hold on. Let me send somebody the link. Oh, credit card stacking. I was trying to get. Let me let me send them something. Okay. All right. Now we're doing 2 and 3 things at one time. Okay. So here we go. Step 3, vendor accounts. This step is not so simple. Anybody got any questions? Just let me know. What's up? Okay. All right. Vendor accounts. Now we have to find vendors that's going to give us credit when we have no credit. Okay, that's hard to do, right? In addition, they have this, the vendors that we get have to be able to submit and report to the business credit reporting agencies, and only 10% of all businesses in the United States even report to the business credit reporting agencies because they're under high guidelines and restrictions to even be able to report. That makes sense? So now we're going to get these net 30 accounts, which means they're going to give us a little credit. And when we use the credit, we got to pay it in full in 30 days. Hence the term net 30. Okay. A business credit report can be started much the same as a consumer report commonly is with small amounts of credit. The business can be approved for small credit amounts to help them build an initial credit profile. All right. So if you're starting from scratch, this is how we're gonna start your initial credit profile with these net 30 accounts. Okay. And some vendors will approve your company for net 30 payment terms upon verification of as little as an EIN number and a 411 listing on your telephone.
Hmm.
All right. All right. Here are some starter vendors. I'm gonna jump start you. All right. Okay. Maverick. You know what? Maverick, they just changed their name and they got a whole new joint. And I didn't update this. So right now I'm gonna go to the website and I'm gonna go to my website and I'm gonna show you that vendors page. You can find this at businesscredit.com businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, right? Go to that vendors and you'll see this stuff right here. So the new Maverick changed to um Rupra, or however you pronounce that right there, right? Rupra, all right? If you go to that website, you can click on it and you can get trade lines there. This is the easy joint to start. That's why I'm showing this, right? Look at this other one. JJ Gold, that's another one, right? The CEO Creative, that's another one, all right? Fair Figure, that's another one. Granger, Pilot, Uline, these are all good starter vendors. And it's hard to find these starter vendors. And these starter vendors, they change their underwriting guidelines regularly. So today, these are good. 6 months ago, I had a different list up here because they change. Okay. And my crew and staff, we always looking what is good for my clients right now. Right? And these are the starter vendors right now. Okay. I'm going back to the spreadsheet. Okay, boom. So um always apply without using your social. These some vendors will request it and some will even tell you on the phone they need to have it. Now this is for these net 30 accounts. Do not give them your social. Okay? When your first three net 30 accounts reports your trade line to Dun and Bradstreet, they give you a paydex score. Okay? But you also with Dun and Bradstreet, you have to apply for a Dunn's number. Remember that? You have to apply for a Dunn's number first, and then once three net 30 accounts reports your trade line to Dun and Bradstreet, they give you what they call a paydex score. The paydex score is from 0 to 100, and this is what lenders are looking at to determine your credit worthiness. Okay, so these vendors that you get, you have to know who they report to. That's how you know when you pull your business credit reports where to look out for that trade line when you're counting your trade lines. Okay. Okay, pay your net 30 vendors accounts in full on time. You must be patient and allow time for the vendors reporting cycles to get in the reporting systems. Okay. Um, these first three, it should take you about 3 months to start your first, right? But the goal is to do five at first. The goal at this point in the time is to get 3 vendors that report to Dun and Bradstreet, one that reports to Experian, and one to Equifax. Once you have 5, right, on your credit, that's when we go to the next joint, to the next step, right? Some vendors may require an initial prepaid order if they can approve your business for terms. Okay. So some of them might say, okay, you need to do some prepaid orders first before we give you the net 30. I just letting you know that's something that you're gonna stumble across. Okay. This is another way that having a consultant helps you smooth over the lumps because I already know which ones are going to be good for you. And I'm just going to be like, pick that, boom, boom, bam. And when I tell you to go, it's a go, right? I, I'm setting you up for automatic approvals. That's what we want to do. Get automatic approvals. Not no, they decline you. Now you got to go call them up and figure out what what it is. And they don't have to tell you why they denied you. Okay, they don't have to tell you. I already know all the reasons. I'm setting you up already. All right. Boom. Step 4. Remember, each step is needed for the next step. So you just can't run up on step 4. This is where you want to be right here. Revolving accounts. After 5 trade lines are established using vendor accounts, obtaining revolving accounts is the next step. Revolving accounts are cards a business owner can use and not be required to pay the full balance owed each month. Most stores will not approve a business owner for business credit unless the owner has an established credit profile and score, just like in the consumer world. So when you get to these revolving accounts, they need you to have credit already on deck. And some of them want you to be in business for a certain amount of time, right? So that's stuff to consider. That's more of them speed bumps. Now, I'm gonna help you smooth over them speed bumps, and we not waste time on those that we don't qualify for. Vendor accounts must be used first to establish a profile and score. Then store credit can be obtained. It usually takes only 90 days or less to establish a score and profile with trade lines. So that's the first goal. 3 months to get these 5 accounts on your credit. All right. That's starting your credit profile. All right. Now, most major stores do offer business credit included. Now, so once you got those 5, remember what I said, right? 3 to Dun and Bradstreet, 1 to Equifax, 1 to Experian. Now we can start considering these, right? Home Depot, Lowe's, Office Depot, Staples, Best Buy, Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, Amazon, Dell, Apple. See, BP, Chevron, Racetrack. See, some businesses only need a couple of these to operate their business by going to do the service and then get paid later. You get paid later than you paying, right? That's how some people can just offset some expenses. Okay. Um, Store revolving credit must be obtained before the business owner starts getting Visa, Mastercard, Amex type cards. See, once you got 10 accounts, and this is the basic goal to get 10 accounts on your business credit. If you got 10 accounts on your business credit, now we can start talking about Visa, MasterCard, Amex. Approval amounts be equivalent to the highest credit limit account on the business report. Try to have 10 accounts with at least one of them having a $10,000 high limit. So what you do is when you get these revolving accounts, you use one more often than the other. When they see that you're making on-time payments, then you call them back and say, can I get an increase? The higher your limits, the better you are. All right. It is essential to keep using the credit, keep applying for more credit, and talk with credit providers to raise credit limits. If you do this, business credit will keep growing until higher credit limit lines are obtained. And it takes about 12 months. But for everybody, they do this process differently. It can be done in 12 months. It can be done in a little less than 12 months, right? But everybody does this process differently. Okay? There's no skipping steps. 10 trade lines, high limit of 10,000. Cash business credit accounts will match your highest credit limit reported on your credit profile. Your MasterCard, Visa, American Express. Okay? Okay, we're gonna skip all of these. What we skipped right there was oh, hold on. I'm gonna just show you what we skipped. All right, we're gonna skip this stuff, but I'm gonna show you, right? Um, Alternative funding options. So there's other ways to get money than going to the bank, right? So there's cash flow financing. That's for existing businesses with a situation. Existing businesses that got something going on, they need some money real quick. There's cash flow financing, all right? There's collateral based financing, right? And different types of collateral, accounts receivable, purchase order, stocks, all these different ways to get money, right? There's also the credit line hybrid program. This is for this is good for startup businesses that have good personal credit, right? So what you do with the credit line hybrid program, what happens is they look at your personal credit to approve you, right? You need to have a 685, and then they're going to look at your highest revolving account on your personal, right? Let's say you got a Home Depot that got $30,000 limit on it on your personal, right? So this program right here will give you up to 5 credit cards with $30,000 on it in 3 weeks. Okay. Go to the website to find that credit line hybrid program at businesscreditbuilder.us. For a matter of fact, I'm gonna show it to you real quick. Here it is, right? This is the website. You come up here and go to solutions. Go to the credit line hybrid program. Word. Okay. Credit line hybrid program, right? You went up here, went down to credit line hybrid, and this is the page you come up with. Down here, it's the credit line hybrid program. Up to $150,000 in unsecured, no doc credit cards for your business, even when the banks say no. All right. There's a video right here you can watch. These are all the two qualified situations. Here goes the terms down here. Then right on the page, there's an application right there. Boom. Fill out the application. Somebody will call you in a day. All right. That's how you do the credit line hybrid program for people that got good personal credit. It's good for startups. You get access to this money real quick. All right. Credit line hybrid program. That's what it is. All right. Bank score. We're gonna skip over that. Now, I want you to see this. This is one of my clients, Christine. These are her approvals so far, right? And she did this in 6 months. But I'm gonna tell you, not everybody can do this in 6 months. She's able to do this in 6 months because she's a stay-at-home mom. Her husband is a truck driver, right? And so she's at the crib able to do this, right? So she got Sprint 2000, Amazon 4500, Tractor Supply, Exxon, Fuelman Fleet, BJ's, BP, Lowe's, Apple, Shell. Look at this list. It's over $250,000 in business credit. All right. And when you have this, you can do stuff like look at the PNC. That's a credit line, right? Without a PG, without giving your social. You can do this as a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step. There's no skipping steps. Check out all my social media joints. We got all the social media joints, but the most valuable place on here is 2 places. The blog is called Business Credit is Real, right? The blog, right, at businesscreditbuilder.us/blog. Check that out. And the YouTube channel. Go access the YouTube channel by going to the businesscreditbuilder.us and click that YouTube. We got a whole bunch of stuff on here. All right. So if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, follow, and all that stuff, and you can get updated. Oh, special announcement before we get out of here. And if anybody got any questions, let me know. What's up? All right. So the special announcement, we have a new software, a new lending platform coming out to help you build your business credit and access funding. It's called Lendavo, and you're going to see more stuff about it. You can go to the website, check it out now, businesscreditbuilder.us. And we out here. If y'all got any more questions, let me know. I hope I ain't waste y'all's time. I hope this was useful information. Let me know. So say something. All right. Before we get out of here, what's up? Any questions? Anything? Anything in the chat? Nothing in the chat. Y'all quiet. All right, that's cool. Thank y'all for coming. All right.
Mr. Booker.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Alicia Lee.
Yes. Quick question. Thank you for this information. If we want to contact you to consult one-on-one, how do we get in contact with you?
Okay. The best way is to schedule a consult by going to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. Right? That way you set up a time that's good for you. All right. You can call me directly at 404-500-9687. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll help you out. Tell me about your business.
Cosmetologist wanting to expand into my own salon.
Oh, yeah. Having business credit will will show a leaser, right? If you want to get your own spot, will show them that your business is paying bills on time. Look, we got 10 trade lines. We pay bills on time,
Right.
right? I got cash flow. Here's a deposit, right? So that's how business credit can help you. And then um the um the credit line hybrid program can help you in the build out, right? A little build out, right?
Okay.
Um the build out, that's like some plumbing I know you're gonna need. And
Right.
then you got supplies, right? So having business credit will get you an account with wherever you get your supplies at, right? And now you don't have to pay for your supplies up front. Now you're paying for supplies after you did head, right?
Right.
Right. So that's how business credit can help you, you know.
Okay.
And then after a while, you build up business credit. Now you get another location, you be moving and shit, right?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be contacting you soon. Thank you so much for this information.
All right. Y'all have a good day.
You too.